Hello students, welcome to the course of Engineering Mechanics. I am Ghanshyam Bhushan. So today we are going to see about some basic terms, and let me tell you the objective of this course, why you are going to study this course. As I have told you, this course is a fundamental course. So in the coming years or in the coming semesters, you are going to learn about the design of reinforced concrete structures. Okay, you are going to analyze the structures. Okay, you are going to design of steel structures, design of hydraulic structures, okay, also soil mechanics. So these are few subjects which will be dependent on this engineering mechanics. You are going to use the concepts of mechanics. You are going to apply the concepts of mechanics in these courses. These are few, I have named few, and throughout after this course 90% of the subjects you are going to apply the applications, the concepts, the theorems, the laws of mechanics. So that's why I was telling, like, you have to be very focus while reading this subject. Okay, so before starting the course, I would like to tell you few of the basic terms. You must be knowing these terms very well. So first is mass. What do you mean by mass? I think these terms you must be knowing, but I am just quickly revising these terms. So what is mass? Mass is the quantity of the matter possessed by a body. Okay, the quantity of matter possessed by a body, this is called as mass. And this is a constant. Mass is not going to change unless and until that body is physically damaged or it has been separated. Okay, so, and mass cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, it can only be changed. This is interchangeable. Okay, now second is, what is time? So the time is succession of events. Succession of events. What is time? If somebody is asking, like, so if it is 4 p.m., it is 5 p.m., it is 6 p.m., what is happening actually? It is the events are getting into succession. Okay, so this process of succession of events is termed as, you are quantifying that these processes in terms of time. After time, what is space? Space is the geometric region in which study of body is involved. So let us understand space. If space, you might have learned 1D, 2D and 3D. So what does these terms mean? 1D is, if just look at this pen. Okay, this pen is, its diameter is very small with respect to its length. So if you are looking at it from a distance, you will see like this pen is like a line. So this is a 1D object, not in real terms, but if we are going to solve some problems, we can easily neglect the lateral dimensions. Okay, so what is 2D? This page, you can see this is one axis, this is along one axis, so this is a 2D object. What is 3D? 3D is anything, everything is 3D only, but if all the dimensions are comparable, okay, then if that object is having space in all the three dimensions, okay, then we are going to tell all the three dimensions are like x, y and like this copy is having some depth also here. So this is x, this is y and this is z. So this copy is in three dimensions. Okay, so the sense of space is you must be knowing what does it mean. Okay, now next is length. Length is what? It is the linear distance. It is the measure of linear distance. That is length. If you are talking about 1D, then it is going to be having only length only. If it is in 2D or 3D, so then this definition is going to change little. It is the linear distance along longitudinal axis. What is this longitudinal axis? The axis along the what? The axis along the highest dimension will be termed as longitudinal axis. If this is a pen, so this axis along the length, okay, this is the length. So along this axis, along this length, whatever is going to be the axis will be termed as longitudinal axis. You can see this is diameter. So along this is lateral axis, this is longitudinal axis. Okay, so the length will be defined along the longitudinal axis, not along the lateral axis. Okay, so now what is displacement? It is the distance moved by a body, a particle, anything which you are going to study in the specified direction. So if this quantity is having direction, what does it mean? It is a vector quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity, but displacement is a vector quantity. Okay, so what is velocity now? It is the rate of change of displacement Okay, it is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. So generally this is shown as s. So v will be ds by dt. So this is also a vector quantity. If we are talking about speed, it is simply distance upon time, and it is a scalar quantity, not a vector quantity. So after velocity, acceleration. What is acceleration? Rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Okay, now what is momentum? It is the product of mass and velocity. So p will be mass times, this is linear momentum. Okay, if you are talking about the what uh, angular momentum, then it will be I omega. Okay, so this was the point number 8. Now let us see what is continuum. Continuum you must be knowing, you must be learning in the fluid mechanics. Okay, so whatever body we are going to treat, we are going to study, we will take it as a continuum. Okay, if this space is there, this body is there. Okay, it is a 3D body. So if you are looking at a macro, I am not telling micro, macroscopic, like if you are seeing this with your help of your eyes, so what you are going to see, you are going to see it as continuum. But at a microscopic level or atomic level, even this page you are looking now, it is looking as a very continuous page. But if you are going to at a atomic level or subatomic level, there will be some, this will not look at continue, some gaps are there, some flaws are there, so you will not going to see it as a whole paper. But while studying mechanics, we are going to take this page as continuum. This is continuous, there is no gap between particles. Okay, so I think this term will be more cleared in fluid mechanics. So after this, let me tell you about rigid body. Okay, so a body, any body can be rigid, it is a relative term. A body is said to be rigid, a body is said to be rigid if the relative position of any two particles, this is very important, in it do not change under the action of forces. Okay, so if it is a any body, okay, these are the points A, B and C. Some forces These are the forces applied to this body. So if this is S1, this is S2, so before applying the force and after applying the force, this S1 and S2 should not change. These should be constant. What it is telling, a body is said to be rigid if the relative positions of any two particles, particle number 1, particle number 2, particle number 3, so this also these are also particles now. So any two particles in it do not change under the action of forces. Then if this is the case, then this body is treated as rigid body. I hope it is clear. Last one is particle. What is a particle? A particle may be defined as an object which has only mass and no size, a very small thing. Mass is there, but mass is not there, only size. What is? Let me write you, else you will be confused. Particle, no size, only mass is there. Okay. So this is some basic terms which you must be knowing before going into the mechanics. These are few. I have not written all the terms, but these are the terms which we are going to face, which we are going to confront very frequently during this course. Okay. So this is all for today. Thank you very much. We are going to meet in the next lecture. Thank you.